All right, let's go. Map is loading. I can tell you guys are excited to be here. Don't forget to, cheer your, whoever you want to win. I'm guessing since this is year 12, we're rooting for Tahn. Yeah.
Okay, we're loading in. Let's go.
We are loaded in. Let's go. So, let me introduce the players on this map. We have Kupermeister playing Zerg in the bottom left of the map. Down here in the bottom left of your screen, that's called the mini-map. That shows us the entire play area. What the players themselves can see looks like this. So this is the point of view right now of Tahn, and this, I think, is what Coop is looking at. So both of the players are Zerg. Tahn plays as a Zerg player all the time, whilst Kupermeister plays random. So Tahn will not yet know that he is against another Zerg player. The bad news for Tahn is that Kupermeister played Zerg last year, and it is his best race. So this could go badly. On the flip side, if Tahn finds out what's up early enough, maybe he can pull out some sort of cheesy play and get involved and smash his opponent before he has a chance to get a lead. So the game, for those that have never seen it before, is straightforward. These blue things are minerals. Gathering those with workers gets you money. Up in the top right of the screen, we can see how much money each player has got. Once you've got money, you can start to build fighting units, of which there are about 20 different types. So these structures that are under construction, those are the things that allow you to build those fighting units. So the first kind of minute or two of a game, generally not a great deal happens unless one of the players plays some really extreme build that is just going to let them get in their opponent's fist straight away. So if we look up in the top left, this shows you what each player is building. And as you can see, those are almost identically matched up. So neither player is doing some sort of cheesy coin flip build. They're both just going to get an extra base up to increase their income. They're both going to get this as a spawning pull up so that they can build Zerglings, the most basic of all the units. Once we've got some lings on the map, then we'll start to see what they've got in mind, whether it's just going to be, I'm going to build 1 million of a very small, simple unit and get in my opponent's face, or I'm going to try and get my economy up, tech up to some high-tech units, and sort of smash in the late game. I've broken the music control. I don't know what I'm doing. APM is a measure of how quickly our players are playing. So APM stands for actions per minute, and it tells you how many input controls they're putting into the machine per minute. So an APM of about 100 is a reasonable play for a Zerg player. There does tend to be quite a lot of spamming. If you're a pro player, your APM is typically between 600 and 800, which is disturbing. That's 10 things a second that you're inputting into the game. So the first thing that needs to happen here is these players need to find out what they're at. This is Tahn's Overlord, and as we can see from his point of view, he has got vision of this little handful of lings here. Similarly, Coop has got an Overlord in a similar position, doesn't really see much, but he sees this creep, so he does know that his opponent has expanded. It is Tahn that's got the much faster third in this game, so he is going for a much more economical build. That said, everything else is very closely tied up. This little fella is a queen. She can pop these sort of blobs out on the map that spread this stuff. This stuff allows Cooper to see anything that's on it and also makes his units faster. So that is a very important thing to be doing, and it's something that Tahn appears to have forgotten about. So that could end badly for him. He really does need to get those queens out. He really does need to get his creeps spread across this map. Cooper's third, later than Tahn's, so that potentially could turn out to be an advantage for Tahn if he can stay alive for the next 2 minutes. Both of these players making a very cagey start. Normally in a game, by 4 minutes, somebody would have been in somebody else's face by now. So this could be early match nerves that are going on. It could be a little bit of neither of them really want to die young. So they're both kind of hanging back. Tahn is going to send this ling across the map. The job of that is so that he knows if his opponents come out looking for a fight. He's going to run in here. What he wants to achieve by that is basically get a count, get a number. How many lings does my opponent have? if he shows up right now, do I have enough defense to hold him off? The short answer to that is yes. If I pop open this tab, you can see that Tahn is actually ahead in army supply, but drastically behind in worker supply. That is problematic in the long term, so Tahn really needs to get in his opponent's face soon if he's going to stay in this, because Kup is going to be able to saturate this base pretty quickly with his extra worker supply. These queens are going to chase away the Overlord, try and prevent it from seeing what's going on. But the Overlord will see this creep, so he is going to know that the third base is there. I was not expecting such a cagey start from these two. Zerg versus Zerg is normally described as a knife fight in a phone box, because in general it is quick, nasty and brutal. This, on the other hand, is pretty sedate, with neither player wanting to take any risks whatsoever. So both of them are just staying at home going, no, I'll wait here and you attack me. Hello? So it looks like Tahn's going to be the first person to move out, and he's changed his mind. But no, it's scary out there. I don't know what's happening. If I was being super critical, I would abuse both of these players for the fact that neither of them are in the middle of the map at all. So if one of them moves out, the other one hasn't a clue that it's about to happen. If I was to check how much scouting they've done of their opponent's base, it is roughly none. So Tahn hasn't been inside his opponent's base at all. Meanwhile, Kup hasn't been inside his opponent's base from about the 1.5 minute mark. So Kup is going to have a push here. He's going to come in with some lings. What he's going to try and achieve is to deny this base from building. So he's going to get a surround on that and start killing it. Tahn has these little suicide bombers that can be really effective against this. These explode, killing themselves and everything within a reasonable radius of them. So they're pokey little units, but they're quite expensive. So that was, believe it or not, a success for Kupermeister. He has denied a base, prevented it from building, and Tahn's had to restart it. That's going to slow down that fourth base. But with that said, Kup does not have his own fourth base. I am really surprised that at 7 minutes, that's the workers killed count. It's like 4 on each side rather than 200. This is more of a determined push. This is risky because Kup doesn't have any banelings. These little dudes are going to come in, they're going to self-destruct all over this, and Kup is going to take some losses there. He has got his own banelings coming in, but they don't have baneling speed. So Tahn is going to have a chance to snipe those one at a time. Does need to rally a defense here. Oh, the workers, not the workers. Please don't kill my workers. Dude. It looks like Kup is going to run out of steam, but not before he's unleashed a little bit of hurt onto Tahn's worker supply, which is already lagging. A 20 worker shortage means that his income is hugely behind Kup's. I would not want to be behind Kup in income in a Zerg versus Zerg. That generally means that before long, the number of units that Kup has is going to explode. He's going to reach the point where he doesn't need to build any more workers, and he can turn all of his money into units. If we take a quick look at the army supply tab, you can see that neither of them has a particularly big army. The limit in this game is 200. So in the top right, you can see that each player, 69 and 97 is their total supply. The game will only allow you to go up to 200, so we're miles from that, and generally as a Zerg player you can hit 200 at about the 8 minute mark. So we're a little bit off the pace here, and I'm going to put it down to just early match nerves, I reckon. What do you think, Beth?
Yeah, definitely. They're playing it cagey.
Yeah, I mean, these little overseers, they're great for scouting and finding out what your opponent's doing. Tahn takes a little dive in here, and I like that. He's trying to find out what his opponent's doing, because normally if you get into your opponent's base, you can see what buildings they've got, you can see what type of tech they're going to be building, you can build the units that are going to beat that. At present though, neither of these players really have much units to talk about, and neither of them have really been inside their opponent's base. So Kup is going to try and push in here. If he can deny this again, that is going to hurt Talon a great deal. So Tahn really wants to try and keep this alive. These roaches are scaring him off, and I'm not sure why. He's got an awful lot of lings. If this falls, I am going to start getting worried for Tahn. He really does need to make something happen here. He's gone for Hydras at the back. A ling surrounding this with the Hydras could kill all of these roaches, and those are expensive units. So Kup definitely doesn't want to lose those. I am pretty worried about the amount of minerals in the bank here up top for Kup. If we look on that top, Kupermeister has a huge amount of minerals. So he did well to build a lot of workers, but he is not doing well at spending them. Tahn you know, that is good news for Tahn. If I take a quick look at the army supply tab, Kupermeister still has the bigger army. Tahn is catching up in worker supply. If he can equalize in worker supply, he should be in a better position. But, neither of them really want to commit to a full-on attack at this stage, but this is beginning to look ominous. That is a lot of roaches. So, at present, Kupermeister with 30 roaches on the map. That could be dangerous. If he goes across the map right now, he wins. It's as simple as that. But of course, he can't see the whole map. From Kupermeister's point of view, he sees this. He knows nothing about where his opponent's units are. He knows nothing about how many units his opponent's got. So it's easy for me to say he definitely needs to attack right now. It is harder if you're Kup. Let's take a quick look from Kupermeister's point of view. Can I put this in cam mode? This is what Kupermeister sees right now. It's what he's looking at. It's what he's doing. Flicking between his bases, just checking the worker counts, checking what he needs to build. From Tahn's point of view, he's spreading a bit of creep. He's, again, going to have to check his bases, see what it is he needs to build. Tahn is committing hard to Hydralisks, and Kup is going to build some Hydras too at this stage. But if Tahn is ahead in that Hydralisk count, he should be able to win a fight. Should. Nah. Alright, here we go. So, Kup coming in with these roaches. Roaches are armoured units. They're extremely tough. Hydras are not armoured, but they do more damage than these roaches. So, this fight could really go either way. The army supply is hugely in favour of Kup, though, and Tahn is going to have to back off for a little bit here. What he needs to do is try and rotate the units at the front so that the ones that are taking damage come back and pull out of the fight and have time to heal up. This surround, I fear, is going to be too much, and the roaches are beginning to tumble. Sorry, the Hydras for Tahn are beginning to tumble. The workers killed is pretty even, but the army supply is not. Kupermeister currently with twice the army Tahn's got. What's in the production tab? Roaches coming out, sorry, Lings coming out. Lings cannot fight these roaches. I fear the GG is coming. Tahn is desperately trying to hang on here, but there are idle larvae at home. That's a little bit painful to see. There aren't useful units. These Lings coming out just cannot fight this massive army from Kup. It does look like Tahn is going to have to tap out here. He's lost his outside bases. He's about to lose his natural expansion. The GG is coming. There it is. Game one goes to Kup. Woo!